Sugar Buggers, welcome back to the channel for a brand new speed build. So today, you guys, we are going to be creating a 5-bedroom freaking suburban for the Sims 4 base game. That is right, you guys, I am not using any of those fancy add-ons, no game packs, no stuff packs, none of the frills. We're just going down to basics here, literally with the cold and hardy base game. And I'm a little nervous. I'm actually a lot of nervous. But to be honest with you guys, in the end, everything worked out A-O freaking K. And the reason why I'm doing this is to kind of pay homage to the huge promotion, I guess you could call it, that the Sims team is currently running. So in case you guys did not know, which I'm sure everybody is aware of, but if you're not, hey, it's okay. Like, it's all right to be a straggler. Lord knows I'm definitely one. I am always late to the fiesta, okay? I am so freaking late, fashionably late, might I add. But anyways, until May 28th, The Sims 4 is completely free for desktop or PC, and Mac. So that means you can just hop onto Origin, and if you don't have Origin, you just download it from the interwebs. It's completely free, and then you go over to The Sims 4, you download it for your PC or Mac, and you get to enjoy the game forever. Like, you never have to pay for it. And I know a lot of people were really upset about this, but we'll get into my thoughts in just a little bit. But first, I want to show you guys the house. So I wasn't sure what I was going to create. In fact, I just kind of started off with that fancy box, as Kayla calls it, and then I just added on things and we went from there. I soon realized that I was way over my freaking head because, as you guys may or may not know, I am primarily a small builder. Does that make sense? Like, I build smaller houses, 1 to 2 bedrooms, and maybe if I'm feeling a little risky, okay, a little raunchy, we'll push it to 3, but never, ever do I ever do 5 bedrooms. And if I do, best believe one of those is going to be empty, but not today, folks, not today. I really stepped it up on this one. I decorated all of the bedrooms, and you might hate me for this, but one of them is technically an office, but obviously you guys can make it into a bedroom. So we're just gonna dub it a 5-bedroom house, which is cool. I don't do these, and to be honest, it's really good practice too. So if you're like, Jen, you know what? I need a little more color, boo-boo. I need a little more this, a little more that. Honestly, do you want a piece of me? Because I'm starting to feel like Britney Spears right now. I'm just going to be honest. But anyways, I hear you. I hear you loud and clear. And thank you for always being those people or the people that pushes me to try new things. Like, even though sometimes when I read those comments, I'm like, but I did this and I did that. And like, oh my God, so many other things were completely different about this build that I normally don't do. But like, I hear you, you know? And I got to keep an open mind that I can't get comfortable. However, listen here, okay? You are speaking to a creature of habit. A consistency and like constantinity, those aren't words, but like, well, the last one isn't. I'm those things. Like, I continuously build the same thing until I get good at it, and then we branch out. Does that make sense? But anyways, I decided to stay within my comfort zone on this build, just basically because I was going for a larger home and I wanted to stick with what I knew. And then as I grow more comfortable in my skills, I promise you, I'll try new things. In fact, you know what? Let's already get started. Let me know in the comments down below some builds you would like to see me try. I thought of everything like Victorian, more modern homes, a modern mansion even, but those are things, like I said, I need to kind of like work up towards. Like, we're really stretching, we are reaching high, my friends, for the canopies actually when it comes to this build. So if you guys couldn't tell, it is also like this slate gray bluish color. Again, something I normally don't gravitate towards. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like, I high-key always am with the browns, maybe a little bit of, you know, yellow if I'm feeling frisky. Green definitely is my vibe, but blue I usually don't mess with, and I decided to keep it all blue because it just kind of has like this really clean look to it. So in a true Kayla fashion, this is definitely a freaking blue suburban. Oh my God, I just thought of that. I'm like, oh Lord, girl. But you know what, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, there really isn't a hell of a lot when it comes to like the Sims 4 base game, and from what I understand, y'all, 350 swatches. That's right, folks. 350 brand new swatches are supposed to be coming to the Sims 4 base game. That is seriously everything to me right now, because when I was building this house, I felt so freaking restricted. Like, so restricted. And it was aggravating because the restriction was literally based on a freaking color. a color. Like how? I don't know. You'll see like the whole white picket fence thing that I used for the backyard. Like this is like seriously like the oldest gripe in the book. But the fence for it, you can only get it in a blue swatch, which in retrospect, thinking about it now, actually fits the build even better than just the blank white swatch, but there is no blank white swatch, and it's just so aggravating because it's like an obvious, it's a given, it's a like a da-da-da, like you should have thought about that, but it's not there, and it took this long, folks, to get a white shelf, so I'm very excited to see which new swatches come to the game, and I don't know, I'm really excited just to build a little bit more. I'm going to do a couple other base game builds to try to get out for you guys before the 7 days is up, and this is like 5 days now, so definitely expect a lot of builds this weekend. And again, like hop on the suggestion train. Let me know in the comments down below some builds that you think I would be able to try, and hopefully I'll be able to do some of your suggestions, and if I do, I will be more than happy to shout you out in the video, because at the end of the day, if you support me, I can't help but to support you. That's just the way that the cookie crumbles. As I told Marissa, aka Ocean Shims, hello Shims. I meant to say Sims. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Okay, you feel me? But yeah. Anyways, I don't know. I'm being a little bit of a ham today. I'm like super hyped on the coffee, and it's like annoying me. So if I'm ruffling your feathers, I mean, just join the club at this point. Am I right? Okay. Anyways, so as you guys can see, I am starting the layout. I did do a little like minor adjustments to the outside, just to make everything flow a little bit better. Just because when it comes to the actual layout of this home, it was definitely a lot harder than I imagined. Now, it wasn't hard at all to like fit in the bathrooms and all the bedrooms and everything. Like that part was super duper easy. I think the hardest thing for me is working around that freaking god-forsaken staircase. I hate staircases so much, and I feel like I want everything to be so perfect. I want it to be like realistic, and you are very limited, as you will come to find out if you're new to the game, when it comes to building in The Sims 4. I see so many amazing, wonderful, gorgeous, beautiful builds on Google for like reference, and I'm like, can't do that, next, can't do this either, next, like, you know what I mean? And so I feel like in a way, it doesn't ring true for everybody, but for me personally, I feel like it's really easy to get kind of like in a rut when it comes to building, and I don't know, it's just something that I noticed. But overall, I'm very excited for how this build turned out. I think it's gonna be great for family. I really can't envision this house for anyone else except maybe like a big group of friends or something. I definitely wanted to throw in the pool because, again, if you guys are new, and just if you are new to the game, welcome first of all. Hi. God, I'm so freaking rude. I didn't even introduce myself. My name's Jen. I talk a lot. I ramble endlessly. I'm a little bit of a mess. I am actually a self-proclaimed hot mess express, if you will, okay? And like, seriously, I don't even know sometimes. Most of the time, I don't know, in fact. This time, I kind of know, but oftentimes, I have no clue. So there's that. Hit the subscribe button if you want to, like, also be a hot mess with me, because, I mean, why not? You know, life's short. Live wildly, my friends. Live wildly. But yeah, so in case you guys didn't know, the pools weren't a thing when The Sims 4 launched. And let me tell you, that really, okay, was like a wild hair up my culito. I didn't understand that. And what I also didn't understand was the fact that freaking toddlers, you guys, toddlers, an entire life state, okay, it's literally like D, like they freaking missed like, you know, B, and I don't get it. Anyway, long story short, they weren't also a part of the game, so I feel like people who are getting this game for free are like really like getting it good, you know, because you get all of these new amazing additions and things that we definitely didn't get. You get a whole bunch of brand new careers, you get the pools, you get the toddlers. So I mean, I think it's really cool. I think it's really cool that people are getting the game for free, and I wasn't going to talk about it so soon, but I mean, hell, we got like freaking, I don't know, we got like another 15-20 minutes or whatever. So yeah, my standpoint about people getting the game for free, my first initial reaction, as somebody who bought their own base game, yes, I did, okay, for the full $60 freaking or whatever it was, I think it's awesome. You know, I think it's really cool, actually. I think it is so amazing that they are giving away the base game to basically open up the doors for a whole slew of brand new Sims players. And then also it's really smart, too, because they're doing it right before, hopefully, some new content comes out. I'm assuming it is, but again, I don't really know. But yeah, like, I think it's really genius. genius. And I think it's really sweet too, because even though, the base game goes on sale and like, it's not, I don't know how much it is right now, but I feel like it's a lot cheaper than what it was when I first bought it. Even though it may not be like the biggest deal in the world, for a lot of people, it means whether they can play the game or not. And I've seen so many people super duper upset that they're getting the base game for free. But like, listen, okay, because I'm included in this. We got to play the game like the day it launched, right? We got to enjoy it through all these years or not enjoy it. That's totally up to your preference. But we got to basically grow with it. And then some people literally had to wait 4 freaking years to play the game. And in my eyes, if you had to wait 4 years or whatever it is to play the game, like that is dedication at best. And also, yes, you should get the game for free. And to be honest, people are probably out there getting the game for free anyways, but not by the proper methods, if you're catching my drift. Okay, we're talking about some very lewd things, you know what I mean? Well, not lewd, but like, pirates booty, you get me? So at the end of the day, if people are probably doing it anyways, which they are, like, why not give them a fair shot? And then also, like, The Sims 2, they released for free. I paid for every stuff pack, game pack, blah 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 blah, all that. And I didn't get upset when they posted it for free. I didn't, like, I'm not saying you shouldn't get upset. If you're upset, like, that's you, you have the right to feel the way that you do. But at the end of the day, it's just the freaking base game now. If they were giving away the entire collection of The Sims 4, bish, I would be like, okay, then what's the point? I'd feel you. But like, I think we should maybe think beyond our wallets when it comes to the base game and think of how much joy this is going to bring a lot of people and what it means for the community. This means new talent. This means more people creating Sims for the gallery, creating homes for you to enjoy. Like, it means that our family is getting a little bit bigger. And I think that's freaking amazing. Like, I think that's absolutely wonderful. I know so many people are like, oh my God, I just got the game. I'm so excited to play. Like, that to me means so much. And I know it's not the same for everybody, but like, try to like think of it that way. Maybe you won't be that upset. But I want to know your comments and thoughts about the Sims 4 being released for free for 7 days in the comments down below. Please, no like fighting with each other or anything. I'm genuinely curious to see your guys' thoughts and opinions just on the matter in general. And again, like, no judgment. I really do want to be able to see all sides of the story, and maybe there is something that I'm missing. And it's always cool to be educated and informed. So there is that. All right, so it looks like we are currently decorating this really large and in charge dining room. As you guys could see, I did make really good use of some of the debug items. I actually go back into the kitchen, which I wasn't so keen on. Like, I wasn't in love with it, but now that I've finished it, I love it. But I went in and added in some more debug items that you guys suggested, like the little cutting board. Ooh, girl, I love it. And I even added in some like bell peppers too, to kind of give it that, in what is it? In translation, I'm cooking, or I'm about to cook something. Now, obviously, you're not going to be able to do anything with those items, so delete them if you do want to use the counter space. But again, I just kind of wanted to juice shit up. I wanted to stage the home for those who want to move in or look at all the, what's it called, screenshots that I have at the end of the video. I wanted to make it a little more lively. So I realize now I definitely could have speeded up this video a little bit more, but I was having some problems with my Sony Vegas, which is just it's amazing. I love it. But yeah, so I like the living room. The living room's cute. I'm trying to, again, kind of keep everything consistent throughout the build. I am definitely trying to play a little more with color instead of beige. We're blue today. That was something that I switched up a little bit. Also the style too. I don't normally use these wallpapers and stuff like that, but I wanted to go and look at other builds and see things and get some inspiration from those. You guys already know who I get inspiration from. It is no freaking secret. So I'm not going to even reiterate it because I've said it 552 million times. But if you're new, I'll say it for you in the back. If you're new, if you guys are looking for really good builders, I love some Lissy, I love, James, The Sim Supply, I like Deli, let me see who else I like. Obviously, I love Kayla, and then there's some other ones. I really do like Miss Griffey. She makes good builds. Yorkie makes amazing builds. He just built the freaking Versace mansion. Like, there's so many just amazing, talented builders, and then there's Jen. Hi. I'm just trying to fight. I got my paddle. We just trying to go upstream at this point. We just try to figure it out-ish, but yeah, I definitely, I feel like I'm like in a mix. I don't really know who I am. I really do love like Maxis match builds. So I feel like that too is where I get a lot of my inspiration from, but I want to make them better and a little more lived in. Whereas when I first started building, it was like big open spaces. So this bedroom here is the master bedroom. And as much as I love this bed, which by the way, I think was added in later, so this didn't come with the base game back in yesteryear. As much as I love this bed and the color palette, it just did not fit the way that the rest of the house looked. And I don't really know how to like classify the furniture in this house. It's very just like, I guess traditional. I don't really know. But even though I went full force with this one, you guys will see me go back in the end and just completely demolish the room and switch it up. But I did want to leave the footage up just because I kind of wanted to show you guys how I paired the bed with the really cute little dresser. And then I don't know what the hell that was. I think this is the point of the video where I had to go get my son, my 2-year-old. So then I came back and I was like, you know what? No, we don't like you. And I'm like still trying to make it work. I love the ottoman though. But yeah, we switched it out for something a little bit later. But again, I'm going to leave it in just so you guys can kind of see what it is that I'm doing. I will be honest, like if you do need a little bit of tips when it comes to building, keeping everything consistent, I think is really a very good piece of advice. It kind of makes everything flow together and it makes like all the rooms look like they belong. I know that when I first started building, oh my God, I don't remember if it was The Sims 4 or what, but it's like a nightmare. It's like freaking ingrained into my membrane. And I just remember like each room was like a freaking rainbow, but it wasn't like I was trying to do that. It was just literally a freaking rainbow and it was a mess too. Oh my God. And I think about that all the time. Might have been even Sims 3, but it's just like one of those things that's like do not do again. That's basically in my head. Like that was like the worst like the worst build ever, and I think it actually might have been The Sims 4 and it's probably on the gallery. It's embarrassing. So we're going to decorate the first children's room. This room here I love. Now something about using just base game items, it really allows you to be detailed with it because your options are limited. You're able to kind of find things a little bit more easily, and I love to just, like I said, playing around with what I had. And this room came out exactly as I envisioned. I'm even using the brand new this is like an activity table. I decided to go and flop in some of these little plants or whatever, and I really liked how it ended up. I like it. I think it looks really cute. I love the little unicorn rug. And then over here we're going to be creating the twins bedroom. I guess this could be for boy, girl, whatever. Like I honestly don't care, okay? Think about that ish. So don't come for my neck. All right, my kid, he plays with baby dolls, for God's sakes. Like we are just you do what you do, boo, but this is what I envisioned. Of course it is completely up to you if you want to change it, but instead of going for the traditional green and blue that I went for, I decided to play around with some orange and blue, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And using the filters and stuff for the catalog definitely helped me kind of narrow down my choices a little bit, thus giving me some more like freedom to really get it how I wanted to. I don't really use these like mood lit, what are they called? Like mood lit lamp things, but I use that, and I really love the orange. It's so pretty. Like I am obsessed with these freaking lamps, even though I don't really use them a lot. Now this house is super duper expensive. I was contemplating on maybe building a starter. I think what I might do is create like a modern starter home for like Oasis Springs or something like that, because I don't think I've ever created a modern starter. And that would be different. That would be something that Jen doesn't do, because Jen always does the same thing because she's a creature of habit. We talked about this already. But yeah, I might do that. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys have any like color palette ideas too. I know that sticking with a color palette really helps. But here's the other room. I think this is going to be the last bedroom. And I envision maybe grandma actually living in here, or maybe a teenager too. I know the grays and the beige and whatever, blah, 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 isn't usually like, I don't know. It's not the most exciting thing, but I love this room. Like if I had a bedroom, the bitch believe that would be my bedroom. I love the way that it looked. It's so like, I don't know. It's so like just airy and fun and Instagrammy, maybe not, but I really liked it a lot. So grandma maybe lives there, or like an older teenager, girl, boy, whatever. But here's the office. This is dad's office. Okay. This office, honestly, you guys, isn't the bee's knees. It's a really freaking weird shape, and that's exactly why it is an office. But I wanted to play a little bit with the clutter and kind of decorating things too. That definitely brings a little bit of life back to the build. I also really wanted to use that chess table, and now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, Jennifer, what the hell were you doing, boo-boo? I forgot to put it in. I'm so sorry. But anyway, instead of a chess table, which you can obviously get a lot of use out of, I decided to put in a big black chair because, yeah, I don't know. I wanted it to look a little office executive, and then I'm adding in some curtains too. So I want you to pay attention to the window here. Okay, this window is not going to stay. This window is actually going to become one of those bay windows, and it just changes the entire freaking build. Again, something I've never used in the history. Well, I know I could be called out for being Elias, so I'm not going to do that, but I'm pretty sure I've never used those bay windows, and I decided to go and add those in last minute, as well as some, like, you know, just decorations and things that I forgot. Now, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with the lights downstairs. I actually don't even know if I finished this. Oh my god, that's so embarrassing. I'm telling you, I get all sorts of like flabbergasted and flustered when it comes to building large builds, but you know, after all that I've been through today, to be honest with you guys, I'm very proud with how this turned out, and I think you guys are definitely going to enjoy playing in it. Again, it's very traditional. It's very on par with what I do in the channel, and to be just completely honest with you, even though this is all base game, it really, to me, doesn't feel like I'm missing out on a hell of a lot. Like, I would absolutely play in this house, and that is the type of builds that I want to bring to my channel. And again, I've been asked so many times to do like a save or something like that, and these videos that I'm putting out are basically me kind of gearing up to give that to you guys, because I love building, but at my heart, I definitely feel like creative sim and all that kind of stuff is definitely where my talent, in quotation, lies. So is a save in the future? Absolutely. I haven't decided when I wanted to start, and who knows, this actually might be the beginning of Jennifer's, what did you guys call it? Oh my god, genuine save. Oh, y'all, the puns. It was great. It was a good time. Anyway, so yeah, you never know. Like, this house looks great in Willow Creek, and it fits in beautifully. Of course, I do want to kind of diversify a little bit as well before I commit to a save. But yeah, it's definitely something that is in the works. So at this point in the build, I started to feel like the interior did not match the exterior at all whatsoever. And I will say one of the hardest things about building in base game only is the fact that you are kind of limited to what you can use on the exterior. And I'm talking about everything from like even like the plants and the trees down to the columns. And that's one of the biggest things that I struggled with, is because I love to kind of use like these tall and skinny, just very basic columns from Get Together to do exactly what I'm doing here. And I feel like these ones worked in the end, but when I first kind of started mapping out the build, it just looked absolutely horrific. So there are definitely some things that I genuinely do miss. And oh, Dr. Ashley here on YouTube as well, she has a ton of base game builds. In fact, I think she was only base game for a very, very long time. She might actually be building more than just base game builds, but she has a ton. And let me tell you, she is super duper diverse, so check her out as well. But yeah, I decided to just kind of, like I said earlier, add in a little swimming pool, kept outside, very, 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 very minimalistic. Did make great use of like all the planters and stuff, and I wanted to like play around with obviously a lot of the base game shrubbery. So I just tried to like play around with some trees, kind of zhoosh up the lot a little bit. I felt like the exterior was really kicking my cool at this point, so I'm like, you know what, let me go ahead, play with these bay windows a little bit, see how much they actually do kind of add something a little spicy to the build. And I loved the way that it looked. In fact, like there's gonna be a point where I realized how beautiful the bay window looked, and I stopped and I paused in game while I'm doing all this, and I was just like in awe. Like, the lighting in The Sims 4 is literally freaking gorgeous. I know so many people really rag on The Sims 4, but I'm gonna be honest, when it comes to performance, when it comes to graphics, in my personal opinion, I feel like it surpasses The Sims 3 with flying colors. But the best gameplay experience, the best immersive experience, the type that will keep you coming back and for more and more and more, The Sims 2, hands down, like hands down. I think The Sims 2 is amazing. It's phenomenal. It kind of has like more of that, you know, that OG Sims feel, if I'm being honest. And then The Sims 3, for me, I really loved it for the realism, you know, having the open worlds and driving cars and things like that. To be honest, I love The Sims 4 for building. I love it for the mods. The mods are phenomenal in The Sims 4. I also really love the performance, the reliability on my end. I feel like I've had maybe like, you know, on both my hands, I could count how many serious like critical glitches I've had with this game. So performance, graphics, I do like the graphics, building, mods, all those types of things. I feel like you could definitely get a lot more out of your money when it comes to The Sims 4 by utilizing mods. That's just me. I feel like with The Sims 3, as much as people want to say The Sims 4 is cash cow, The Sims 3 was an ultimate freaking cash cow. If you wanted any of the cool freaking content that your bestie had, you had to go on The Sims 4. You had to freaking buy it. And let me tell you, that ish was not cheap at all. Point blank freaking period, you know? For the last final touches on this build, I am just adding in a couple little miscellaneous whatnots and doodads to the backyard. Threw in this Big Daddy grill because what is the point of having this backyard and pool if you're not gonna fry up a friggin' hot show every now and again and impress your neighbors when the welcome wagon comes and they insult you with their freaking putrid the putrid fruitcake. Oh my god, like honestly, why even bother? It looks like freaking trash, but you know, at least you can impress, you know, your neighbors or whatever, freaking Bob and Betty pancakes with your grill, because I mean, it's amazing, it's wonderful. I mean, yeah, you'll have a good time, I promise. Anyways, I wanted to go and utilize the little planters as a base for some of the just basic plants that come with the base game. I think it just adds a little something. Again, it's all about the tiny little details, which is something I was completely oblivious to once upon a time. So I'm definitely appreciating adding in just little minor touches, even down to just adding in some damn dirt to where the trees grow out of the ground. It really does, even though you may not think that it would, it really does add a little more life. And here we are just going in and throwing some just miscellaneous decor, things that I may have forgotten. I don't know why I put a cactus. I did. Okay, don't judge me. But yeah, basically in a nutshell, if you want to download this masterpiece, it will be available on the gallery today at Gen 2606. And with that said, you guys, I hope that you all enjoyed this build. And if you did, you know what to do, boo. Don't forget to go ahead and comment, rate, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below where the sun does not shine. And I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.